It's cold, but today we're going over the application and initial review of 3 new glass coatings we put on the Telluride's windshield. After about 18 months of testing the Stoner ceramic glass coating, I think it performed phenomenally well, especially even after giving it an acidic shampoo. It came right back to life. It's done a fantastic job on the windshield, but now we've polished that off and we're ready to apply 3 new glass coatings. So we're going to go over the application of each glass coating today, and then we're going to see some initial water behavior. When it came to prep, we prepped with a red Shine Mate pad and some P&S Clarity Cream. It does a great job of cleansing the glass and getting it ready to prepare for a new ceramic coating. Next up, we follow up with a panel prep wipe down. We're using CCI's panel prep. It does a great job of getting all those polished oils off the glass before we start applying our ceramic coatings. Then we divide the windshield up with 3 big old pieces of blue tape, and we are using tape for this test because we don't have any natural divider, so we want a clear indication of the control area versus the other 3 sections of coated glass. Now it's time for application. The first one we're checking out is CCI glass coating. This coating has been a big hit here in Cleaner Studio, one of my favorites that I've tried in recent memory, and has been my go-to glass coating, like I said, for my business. The application and the results have been superior, and I'm going to show you why today, especially when it comes to that application. It's easy peasy in the summer, in the winter, doesn't matter when, it is extremely awesome. The first, we're taking our microfiber applicator and priming it up, and then we're ready to apply. We're applying in a cross-hatch pattern, and then we're just walking away. We're going to let CCI glass do its thing while we coat the other 2 sections of our glass with our other 2 glass coatings. Next up, we got Rain Dance from Black Rhino ceramic coatings. That's right, Black Rhino released a new glass coating. He sent me this bottle a couple months ago, so I decided to finally test it out. Application, easy peasy as well. As we prime the applicator pad, applied in a crosshatch pattern, and then we wait it to do its thing and rainbow, as you would a more traditional coating. So while it's rainbowing, we're gonna go ahead to the next glass coating, which is Armor Detail Supply Glass. This coating, just like I've said about the other ADS coatings, is thicker than a Snickers and is like applying honey to your surface. The coating came out pretty aggressively, so I had a pretty good primed pad, and we apply it to our glass in a crosshatch pattern. You can just see how thick it is going on, and then we allow it to do its thing as well. It should rainbow. When you apply a little too thick, it may sweat up a little bit, which it did here for me. Now that we've applied all 3 glass coatings, it's time to start buffing off. The Black Rhino was very rainbowed and ready to get buffed off. It was super slick in wipe off and easy peasy. Great application from Black Rhino. Going back to the Armor glass coating, it was starting to rainbow/sweat, and we started the wipe off process. It is a very grabby wipe off, but it still wasn't a super hard install process. Just compared to the other 2 in this test, it is by far the hardest install of the 3. Now, it is not extremely necessary, but I wanted to apply 2 coatings of Rain Dance and Armor glass, so we did go ahead and reapply into 2 layers after waiting just a little while for that initial layer to set up for a little bit, about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we applied that second layer of both Black Rhino and the Armor glass. Now that we finished applying the other 2 coatings, it's back to finally wipe off our first layer of CCI glass. It's been doing its thing on the windshield, and what you'll see with CCI glass is it starts to haze up a little bit, leaves you this kind of cloudy look, almost like it's leaving behind like a powdery look. Wipe off is extremely easy. You just wipe off the haze, and then boom, CCI is ready to go. I've tested this previously where you can let it set overnight, 24 hours, it really doesn't matter, and you can come back and wipe off that haze easy peasy. And when I initially tested, it was in the middle of summer as well, and it was still just as easy. So install process wise, let's rank them from easiest to hardest. Easiest by far, CCI glass. It almost absorbs into the glass on contact and then leaves you that little haze to wipe off. Next up is Black Rhino Rain Dance. It did its thing, it rainbowed, and then it's ready to be wiped off. Super slick coating, had a really nice install. And coming in last place was Armor glass. Thicker than a Snickers, wipes off, spreads on and wipes off like honey, but as long as the results follow, and believe me, they have so far with this glass coating, a little harder install isn't necessarily a super bad thing. Now, as it comes to initial performance with these coatings, as I've observed over the last 7 days after applying these coatings, performance-wise, there was one morning where the windshield was all dewed up from the rain and the dew from the previous night, and there was a lot of moisture on the windshield. It was so impressive, I wish I recorded it, because at 35 miles per hour, the ADS glass coating completely shedded the water that was on its side of the glass, while the other 2 had about 75% water sheeting, where the ADS glass was like 90-95. It almost completely dried the windshield. I took a picture, it kind of looks like here. As you can see in this picture, ADS all the way to the right, almost all the moisture gone from its side of the windshield. Very impressive. But without further ado, let's spray each section of the glass with some water and check out some initial water behavior results. All right, what y'all came to see is some initial water behavior. So let's start off with CCI glass. So you can see that tape line over there where it ends and where CCI glass begins. I'd say that's pretty impressive. Now let's move on to Black Rhino Rain Dance. And now finally, ADS glass coating. I would say all three are performing at a very high level at the moment. Let's see if we can get some comparison from the front view. Very, very close race to kick things off in this first update. I would say all three are pretty much very similar. Maybe Black Rhino's a little slower beater than the other two. It's so hard to tell. There could also be a little dirt on the surface. We aren't gonna wash it today as it is super cold. I'll probably pull it in and just give it a rinseless wash, but pretty hard to tell on the first 7 days. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd say CCI is looking really, really impressive right now on the initial water behavior. You can see it just, you can see when the water gets to its side, the pooling kind of stops, and it really does a great job of beating that water out from under it. And you can see it almost seems a little drier than the other two. Very subjective though. I mean, it's so close, but CCI, I'm liking what I'm seeing on the CCI side so far. So one more time. There you go. So there you go, that's the first update of our 3 brand new glass coatings we got on the glass. I'm very impressed by all 3 so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform in the long term. Let me know what you thought of the initial results, and if you've tried any of these 3 coatings, let me know of your performance in the comments below, or if you have a prediction, drop it as well, and we'll see who wins on the road. And next time, hopefully it's a little warmer so we can actually wash the coatings. There you go, I'm gonna rinseless wash them, dry them off in the garage, not out here. And we'll catch you on the next one, everybody. See you on the next one.